Noticed that people have actually been patronizing the foreign hosting service providers, and at a point it was becoming an issue for us to pay subscription to foreign hosting providers. So basically what Nigerians as a whole, there was a time the CBN gave a benchmark: you cannot make payments for hosting services above, sure, you can't even make a transaction more than $100. And some of us were making hosting packages that were more than that amount. So in order to solve that issue of people not being able to pay for hosting subscriptions, people not having outside accounts to make those payments, we came up with the hosting service to ameliorate the problems people were facing with hosting their digital products and services online. So one of the problems they faced was inability to have hard currency. Most of the foreign hosting services are using dollars as means of payment, and the system at the time, this Nigerian economy, had to stop people from using a particular amount of money. You can't pay this, you can't pay this, before you pay this you need to do this. So we came up with our own hosting solution that was able to solve that problem. You can now pay with Naira.
Welcome, GTERA Hub. It's so glad to have you. You came for the first episode, the second, and now the third. I'm very happy to have you back.
Thank you very much.
We are discussing, and the first question is, what specific issues do businesses, startups, and individuals in Uyo face when it comes to accessing reliable and affordable web hosting services?
Okay, I presume you're talking about web hosting services.
Yes, sir.
In
Uyo.
Let's say the challenges people really face in Uyo as regards web hosting services, the fact that let me start with what we identified was the challenges that even made us to come into web hosting service, which is the GTERA hosting.
Okay.
We noticed that people have actually been patronizing the foreign hosting service providers, and at a point it was becoming an issue for us to pay subscription to foreign hosting providers. So basically what Nigerians as a whole, there was a time the CBN gave a benchmark: you cannot make payments for hosting services above, sure, you can't even make a transaction more than $100. And some of us were making hosting packages that were more than that amount. So in order to solve that issue of people not being able to pay for hosting subscriptions, people not having outside accounts to make those payments, we came up with the hosting service to ameliorate the problems people were facing with hosting their digital products and services online. So one of the problems they faced was inability to have hard currency. Most of the foreign hosting services are using dollars as means of payment, and the system at the time, this Nigerian economy, had to stop people from using a particular amount of money. You can't pay this, you can't pay this, before you pay this you need to do this. So we came up with our own hosting solution that was able to solve that problem. You can now pay with Naira.
Okay.
So that was one. And I think another issue that was predominantly an issue for people that wanted to put their product online was the fact that they needed a monthly plan. Most, if not 90% of all hosting platforms outside the country, which are the basic ones everybody are always running to, they are always doing annual subscription package. So we came up with monthly package, and basically very low. We started with as low as 400 Naira. Somebody can host a website for a month.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
So are they just those two things, the thing that set you apart in Uyo?
Okay, if you're asking for what sets us apart,
Yes.
we would say there are so many of them. That's not just the only two
Okay, just
things.
give us two.
One, affordability.
All right.
We are very affordable with as low as 400 as well. When we started, you can have your hosting up online going. Number two is the fact that you can pay as low as a month. for low-income earners that don't have the ability to afford annual subscription. Some businesses that want to start don't even have capital to start. So we help them to, just first month. Sometimes we even do leverage of your first month free. Just pay for domain name and you have. Sometimes pay for the host for the web development and you have hosting and domain name free. So there are so many value added services that hosting comes with. Another thing is the security. We give top-notch security on our system.
Okay, so
and also we give an optimized platform. So your product or your services, your online presence is always going to be optimized, SEO optimized for organic traffic.
Okay, from what you've said now, take us through your specific hosting services and packages that you offer.
Okay, we have the shared plan, we have the premium plan, we have the developers plan, and we have the business plan too. Depends on, but all of them starts from as low as 1,900, 2,004, 2,008, 4,000, as cheap as that. You can host a website for a month.
Okay, that's very impressive. So now, what kind of clients do you actually serve in you? Are there specific clients?
Actually, we are looking at every business. We had what we call a campaign when we came up, and we are still on that campaign. We say every business, one website. That was the tag of the campaign. One business, one website. So we are basically targeting businesses everywhere in Uyo, in Africa as a whole, because our hosting program doesn't just provide for Uyo. We have customers that are within and outside Uyo using our services. So we've been targeting businesses, and we're also targeting individuals.
Okay, so how do you foster a community around these businesses?
Okay, looking at the community standards, we're looking at our system actually envelopes a system that, or a process that will enable all our customers to be in one database, which we keep contact to from time to time on basic services, renewal services, subscription basis, and new developments on the trend.
Okay, that's impressive. So now, why is providing reliable web hosting critical for the economy and technological development of Uyo and Akwa Ibom states? Why is it critical?
Okay, let's say, for instance, the word www stands for World Wide Web.
All right.
Why it's critical is the fact that when everybody or majority of persons in Uyo have their online presence, it makes Uyo, it increases the visibility of Uyo in the tech world, in the World Wide Web. So somebody having an online presence in Uyo means Uyo is going somewhere. The more people that come into the tech ecosystem and have an online presence, the more Uyo increases.
That's amazing. So with this that you've said, do you believe that you can transform businesses in Uyo, and how can you do it?
Sure. Just like I said earlier, we've had a campaign running which we call One Business, One Website. We have been hitting the road on this campaign, and we've had a lot of businesses coming because we are looking at some of these businesses don't have the funds, so we are giving it at a promo base. You come in, pay just for the web development, and you have a free hosting for 1 year and a free domain for 1 year.
Okay, now let's take it a bit practical. How does GTERA ensure that its web hosting services are reliable, secure, and affordable, as you've said?
Okay, first, we are working with our own server. We're not depending on other servers. Even though there are servers, we are also trying to expand as the customer base increases. So when you rely on somebody, somebody can fail you. So we try as best as much to rely on our own providing systems. And we have a team also, a team of developers that handle and manage different aspects of this hosting. So that enables us to stay top notch in up development trends and in the system and as the processing of the system.
Okay, with this, your team that you've mentioned, is that how you are supporting your client on the technical aspect of this
We
service?
do management system too. For instance, we are not just building websites and putting on our hosting. There are
Okay.
some people that come and they already have a hosting. We say, okay, maybe you don't have somebody to manage your platform for you. We manage it for you and keep it also going.
Okay, so now, how is GTERA adapting to global trends like cloud hosting or cybersecurity to meet the evolving need of Uyo digital economy?
Thank you very much. When we talk about cloud hosting, we are talking about a very elaborate system here. And that's the in thing. That's the in thing now. Let's say we are actually looking at adopting all that. We actually have a cloud-based system, but for now, we've noticed that the demand for it is actually very low because in this hemisphere, we are actually looking at basically general hosting. The payment for cloud hosting is on the higher side. The market here is basically just low budget market for now. But we have a cloud hosting system we are developing for future use.
Okay, more like closing statement. If you could have one piece of advice to a Uyo based entrepreneur looking to establish an online presence, what would it be?
Okay, let me start with the fact that Uyo as a locality, it's quite poor in awareness to digital products, and the acceptability is actually low, and our acceptability too is actually low. But I'm telling you that when things are low, it means that's a gap you need to fill.
Okay.
A typical Akwa Ibom person or a typical Uyo person in the digital space believes in office presence
All right.
more than a digital online presence. But this is a gap which I feel Uyo people should look into and explore. Now people are not in it. Get into it before the market gets saturated. The earlier you get into it, the better for you. When you get on an online presence, you are becoming a world person. You are not limited. You are not local. People can find you from anywhere in the world. If your business is not online, you are local. That's what I'll tell the public. If your business is not online, you are local. And for you to scale your business to a larger market, you need an online presence. Do well to join an online presence today.
Okay, that was an amazing conversation. I know fully well there are challenges in any height anybody is trying to go through. So I know you've had experiences with the challenges you've had. Just share your advice from the challenges and how it, as you've overcome them, anybody can do it. Just talk with us. Give us an
Okay,
insight.
challenges are everywhere. I would say there's no valley you cross without challenges. Every valley, every storm, every vision, every project, every goal has its challenges. To us, it's been more of a fighting level. It's been more of fighting and fighting and fighting because we believe that the world as we see, it's a battleground, and if you don't quit, you win. If you don't quit, you win. So I believe we should keep fighting on our dreams, keep fighting on our vision. Never think of quitting. Quitting shouldn't be an option. And before you know, you're going to win.
Okay, that's a wonderful one. Paraventure, I'm in Uyo and I want to come for web hosting. Talk me through how I get to meet you and become your
The
client.
good thing about it is that you don't have to be in Uyo
Oh,
to be
wow,
our
that's
client.
amazing.
But if you are in Uyo and you feel like having a physical touch of our presence, we have our office at number 41 Ikpa Road. But if you're not in Uyo, wherever you are in the world, all you just need to do is go to your browser, www.gterahosting.com, and you are there.
Once again, thank you very much.
Additionally, before we close this, I want to also tell you that apart from having a hosting platform on GTERA Hosting, you can also use our tools for free. We have so many tools on GTERA Hosting. You can use our SEO tools for free. All you need to do to analyze your website, in case your website is SEO compliant, just put your website, click, it reviews your website and gives you all the things you need to do on your website to bring your website up to standard. If you're also not a developer and you're finding challenges in web development, you don't have any web development skills, you're not a coder, there are things we call website builder. We have a website builder on GTERA Hosting. All you need to do is pick up a subscription package and you're good. Pick up the niche you want, type the niche, type everything, and you get your website ready without knowing a code. Those are part of the additional things we do in GTERA Hosting.
It's had been so much fun talking to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And I wish to have you again. I hope you will come.
No problem.
Okay, thank you so
If
much.
time permits.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.